So this power development drill is essentially a lateral bound. So by lateral bound, this means we're on one foot, outside foot, and we're jumping out and away. Now, some ways we can add to this. What we might call as a reactive lateral bound or more of a eccentric or load accepting lateral bound. So the load accepting is where I want you to get kind of sinky into this hip. Full foot contact the whole time. Don't let yourself come out onto the outside edge of that foot. At the same time, keep weight on the inside edge. So this is my trail side foot in the golf swing. Weight is on the inside edge. I'm going to load into this hip more than the knee. More hip than knee. I got belt buckle towards hip a little bit, and then I get out, up and out as fast as I can. When I land, same thing, this is what makes it kind of sinky or load bearing, is as I land, I want you to load and accept that weight back into now that left side hip. So feel that weight and get directly into that glute and hip as you accept that load and weight, and then use that stretch to come right back out. Back and forth. Now, another way that we can add to this is by using some resistance. So this 3D band here, put around my back shoulder, I rotate into it, make sure there's a ton of weight through there. You can also do this with a band that is anchored to something that won't move. Then you attach it to the 3D band here. Same thing here, a little bit of tension in through there. We sink into this and then jump as high and as far as you can. Now we're jumping against resistance. When we jump, we can think about the placement of the forces in the foot. If I'm jumping with my trail side foot in the golf swing, I want to keep the weight on the inside edge, middle part of my foot. I also want to jump slightly in front. So just slightly, I'm going out towards the side, but a little bit in front as well. This is because the direction of those forces in the golf swing is going to be back and away. So when we push back and away, we go forward and towards our target. Those are the forces that in the swing push this backside hip forward this way. We push forward and away because we push the ground backwards and away that way. Now, when we accept load and we jump from our lead side foot towards the back, keep the weight towards the middle part of your foot, but a little bit forward. So slightly forward towards the midfoot. And then when you put those forces down into the ground, you're pushing down and slightly opposite direction away. What that does is it pushes that hip back like this. When you get both of those at the same time, we get this rotation at the pelvis, as opposed to what some people might get, which is this kind of standing up. We get both of these forces doing this at the same time. What we get is this. Okay, those are coming from the ground reaction forces. So we can actually work on and improve our ground reaction forces, and specifically where we put force into our foot when we do a drill like this, where I'm pushing and I'm jumping slightly back as I do that. Okay? Now, another way to progress this, besides paying attention to where the forces are going through our foot, slight change in the direction we're jumping into with a banded resistance to increase how much we need to put force into the ground and kind of challenge us that way, is we can do it more reactively, which improves or increases the reactive load. So working on the extensibility of the muscles and the tendons, so that stretch shortening cycle, and then the neural component of being quick, right? Quick, putting force in the ground as quickly as possible. So when we do this version of it, we can do just this lateral bound, but now as we sink in, we jump straight up. So as you accept that load, as quick as you can, get that load, transfer it back into the floor, and then quick jump. Doesn't have to be super big. So we don't want to see is this soft, slow landing and then jump as high as you can. Want it to be as quick as possible. Okay, that's more of a reactive focused lateral bound. And we can do a couple reps like this, but like we mentioned before, quality of reps over quantity. We're just getting tired. We want these reps to be quick. The quickness here, or the max effort, is how quickly can you go from landing to getting back up into the air. So that's how we should do reps like this. I'd stay away from trying to do reps like that. We'll get fatigued and we won't be giving it our best rep each time, which is most important for neural and some of these physiological adaptations that we're looking for. Give it a shot.